The Suns have fired head coach Mike Budenholzer after one season. Budenholzer is out after failing to reach the playoffs or the play-in despite having the largest payroll in league history.
So Matt Ishbia wasted zero time firing Mike Budenholzer. He's now been canned just one day after the season ended. While we would love to key and gloat and dance on his grave, we've got much more important things to do. Namely, figuring out who should and will be the next coach of the Phoenix Suns. Hit the like for us and tell us who you want to be the fourth coach in as many years in the Valley. So Sundo, in no particular order, we're looking at Taylor Jenkins. He has a career record of 250 wins to 214 losses. Mike Malone, championship winning coach of the Denver Nuggets. Sporting a 471 and 327 record all time. Believe it or not, a lot of people are talking about Steve Nash coming back and saving the Suns, which I'm just right off the bat, I got to say, I think is a terrible idea. He's got a 94 and 67 record. Better than I thought it would be. Jared Dudley, another former Phoenix Sun, I think that has a lot to do with it, but he's been under the tutelage of Jason Kidd, a coach I would love to get. And then my dark horse and favorite, Willie Green of the Pelicans. Now, Willie Green is not officially on the market yet, but it's thought that he will be. If he becomes available, he skyrockets to number one for me. Sundo, of the names mentioned, and if you have any of your own, feel free to throw them in. Any of these guys move you?
Well, Gabe, it's that time of the year. It seems like every season we have this issue. Coach comes in, coach underperforms, coach goes, and then we find the next one that we can get in here. Probably a former championship winning coach. I hope that's not the route we go. So for me, yes, I do believe Mike Malone is a good coach, but how much of that was Joker? How much of it wasn't Joker? You know what I mean? And then same thing for Taylor Jenkins. How much of that was Ja Morant? How much of it wasn't Ja Morant? Now you can make the argument if they come here, they'll have Booker, then they'll have a superstar that they can lean on. Sure. But for me, I just don't feel like going that route, honestly, especially Mike Malone. Taylor Jenkins, maybe. But I'm kind of with you. I would really like to get Willie Green if he becomes available. That is my number one choice. He was here when Monty was here as an assistant coach. Booker likes him. And now that we know what we know about Kevin Durant, who is going to be traded, that means this is going to be Devin Booker's team. Why not get Willie Green for sure if it becomes available? I think that is number one. But since that's not out there 100%, then we got to look at Jared Dudley, Steve Nash, and even some people are saying Sam Cassell. His name's been floating out there. I know you mentioned Rondo as an assistant coach. I'd love that too. But man, I mean, of the available ones, I put that in quotations. Why not? Let's go ahead and give Jared Dudley a try. You know what I mean? I want to try something new. I'm tired of hashing championship coaches that have been somewhere and been fired. I hate to use the old adage, they've been fired for a reason, but you know, we've tried it twice with Vogel. Now with Bud, it didn't work out both times. Let's just try something new, especially with younger players that we're going to be having on this team next year. Let's go that route.
First, back to Taylor Jenkins. I don't know how much of it was Ja Morant, although he has had nice rosters with the Grizzlies. From what I've learned looking into Jenkins, his specialty is player development. You had Scottie Pippen Jr. doing nothing in the league. He went to them, and now he's been a viable bench player. Like, I'm talking viable. Like, you would actually want him on the court. And how many of those guys do the Suns actually really have right now? His offense was able to not skip a beat with Tyus Jones replacing Ja Morant. That's not nothing. Desmond Bane did not get drafted high, and look at what he turned him into. I'm just saying that's something I think has been missing in our franchise is player development. So I like him for that. Malone, it does scare me to go down the path again of hiring a coach who won a title with a mega superstar potentially and probably being the one that carried him to it. However, I don't want to rule out all championship coaches. Like, I don't think that should exclude you from getting a job with us. I think the Suns made that mistake with Luka. During that time, the Suns were pretty weary of Euro players. The ones that they had drafted were not panning out. And I feel like that played a role in not trusting what they saw on tape with Luka Doncic. So that's what makes me not want to rule a championship winning coach out because one does not always equate to the other. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's more than fair, man. I can't argue that, but man, it just, we tried it 2 times. I'm just weary of it. It's just something I don't want to do personally. Now, if they do it and you explain it to me, I can understand why they would do it. Now, back to Jenkins, though, because you did get me intrigued about him, because you did make the point developing young talent. I do like that aspect. I would like to see a Dunn get developed, and Oso get developed, a Colin Gillespie get developed, call up Jalen Bridges, get him developed, draft some guys this season, get them developed. But then again, he also then got fired, and now they're looking to take a step forward. Will he be just a bridge coach for us? Because, really, I'm trying to ask you, we're no longer in championship aspirations. So why not get him, for the development? Or, you know what I mean? Because we're kind of in this weird spot where we're going to have to develop younger players, but we still have Devin Booker, right? And we don't want to just ruin part of his career. So I feel like they're still going to try to go for it, if that makes any sense. So yes, I do like what you're saying about Jenkins, but at the same time, it's like you want to just go that route with Booker there as well. And that contradicts what I said about Jared Dudley as well, which now means I'm like, hey, well, maybe Mike Malone is the answer. You know what I mean? This is just a really weird situation. I'll just ask you this. Do you trust Ishbia, James Jones, and Bartlestein to make the right choice?
I know this isn't a popular opinion, but I'm okay with James Jones having his job at least for one more year. I like the way that he drafts late in the draft. Tamani, Ryan Dunn, and that's where we're going to be drafting for the foreseeable future, so I do trust him. I'm not happy that it seems like Bartlestein is sticking around, and I don't really need Ishbia to be pulling the strings either. So I say be prepared for at least one more year of Ishbia and Bartlestein giving themselves more time to prove that they know what they're doing, and that could turn into another disaster, or maybe they're right.
Well, Gabe, only time will tell what the decision is. I guess we have until June until the official offseason starts for us, but we'll probably get a head coaching decision sometime during the playoffs. All I can say is I just hope it's not Mike Malone. I'm sorry. If you're a Mike Malone fan, my bad. I'm sorry. I just don't want to go that route, but I guess we'll just wait and see.